I've had a lot of things happen in my past, and one of those things is foster care. Okay, so, excuse my mouth. It's because I clenched my teeth too much. I'm about to post the trailer for the foster care series, which you'll be seeing this at the beginning of it, and I'm scared shitless. Holy shiznit. I don't know if I'm ready for this. I don't know if I'm ready for this. I don't know if I am ready for this. It's up. There's 11 views and 2 likes because I was sending it to my friends like, should I post this, should I not post this? I had it as unlisted. I'm gonna put my mouth guard back in my mouth and go to sleep. Alright, I'll see you guys soon. Bye! Hello everyone, I am Ashton, or as most of you know me, Ashton Official. Hey guys! Hey guys! Hello! Hey guys! Hey guys! I don't like that. Hey guys, we're at Monster Jam. Hey. This is obviously the height of my YouTube career. And today I'm going to be starting this journey of this series. Much like Shane Dawson's style of series, where I talk about my past.
I've been on a low, I've been taking my time. I feel like I'm out of my mind.
And I've had a lot of things happen in my past. And one of those things is foster care. Having been in foster care was one of the most traumatic experiences of my life, to the point where I still have issues from it. Congratulations! Your actions have not only affected you, but everyone else. I've grown so much from then to now. God never said that any of this will be easy. I'm not perfect. I am an angry, sad, depressed, anxious teenager. I have started to question my faith, and that's my own issue. I wish I had something positive to say here, but I don't. My mom wants me to have hope, but I don't know what to do. I want you to look at one of the casualties that you caused. It's all of you. Whether it goes from trust issues, but you don't care. That's the thing. That's the thing that sucks. None of you care. You only care about your own personal agenda. Everyone else is collateral damage. I lost a lot of my respect for people that I've looked up to since I was 13 years old. To my sometimes rational fear of losing people that I love. I've lost a lot of people that I care about in this stupid... But it came from both sides, and you know what? Who's getting caught in the crossfire? All the rest of us. I finally felt like cared about what I had to say and cared about me. I still have issues. Please don't come back. So, to bring to light the effects of what a lot of foster kids here in America go through, I wanted to do this series. Because oftentimes we ignore all of this stuff that happens. And a lot of people, say, oh, well, there's enough stuff to help foster kids. There's this, there's that. You will never fully heal from the emotional trauma that it created. It's a fact. Because emotionally, it is one of the worst experiences for a kid ever. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. A child should never have to go through that, and yet sometimes they have to. Because sometimes it's what's better for them. And I know that. And I got very lucky on many levels. There were also many levels where I didn't get so lucky. We're going to explore that in this series. So let me give you a little background. When I was born to a single mother. Her name is Diane. I will not be talking about her personal name or anything like that, but her name is Diane. She didn't tell my father about me. I don't even know if she knew who my real father was until later on. But my parents had a one-night stand, and some odd months afterwards, I was born. From there on, we lived with my grandparents. Things were great. I loved my grandparents. I followed my grandpa around all the time. I had a cousin there who would come after school and help my grandparents out while my mother worked. It was a situation that I thought was normal. It didn't bother me at all. Sometimes, I don't know if I asked questions about my father. I think I did, because especially when we moved out of my grandparents' house, my mother started to say things to me like, "This man is your father. This man is your father." And that man was not my father. A lot of the men that she said were my father were not my father. There were two men that I know of. My mother had been previously married, but it wasn't that man. I just had his last name, because my mother hadn't changed her last name. So if you want to get technical, I should have been born as Ashton Melissa Medrano, but that didn't happen. I was Ashton Melissa Gamble. You know, we moved around a lot because my mom had some issues that I will get into in a moment. But we got kicked out of my grandparents' house because my mother slapped my grandmother. And that was the last straw on my grandfather, because they didn't want to kick us out. Especially when you have a grandkid who's, you know, really young, you don't want to do that. But there's only so much you can take. And so we got kicked out. And, you know, I 100% respect that you should never lay a hand on your mother. Not your father either, but especially not your mother. We moved around a bit, and we ended up in Fresno, an apartment complex. And a lot of things happened here that I will get into later on. But essentially, one day while I was at daycare, the aide at the daycare came and got me and said, "Okay, Ashton, this man is gonna take you someplace." I don't remember the exact words. I was 4 years old. I don't even, so I couldn't comprehend all of this. I didn't know what was going on. I just knew that, you know, I didn't know this man, and that wasn't okay. So I begged the woman there to come with me. And, you know, all I remember is her name being Jennifer. But Jennifer, I am so sorry that I put that on you. And I know that I couldn't control it, you couldn't control it, we didn't know what was going on. It was just a hard situation all the way around, but as I'm older now, I know that that probably haunted her and will haunt her for the rest of her life. She was a young woman, and having a child crying and asking you to come with them because they don't know where they're going because they're not going home, I can't even imagine. That's traumatic. So I'm sorry. I was taken from my mother, and I was put into my first foster home, which was not going to be my forever home. It was just my first foster home. And my mother had gotten into a car accident and made quite the scene, and that's what caused me to be taken, because she had already had warnings from other accidents and other things. But Diane is a paranoid schizophrenic, and as a child you can't have that, because this affected my first foster home as well, because my mother told me black people are not good, cops are bad, you know, you gotta always be afraid and on the lookout because people could be watching us, and people are bad, just trust me. All of this stuff. And I was a very loving and trusting kid, so I didn't really have a problem trusting people. That's not good, but that's how it was. My first foster home was just not great. None of this experience was great. But it is what it is. And I've learned from my past. let me get one thing clear. No, I will not be having contact with my biological mother, so if she tries to contact me after this, Diane, please understand that I do not want your toxicness in my life right now, as I am turning 18 and I just don't want anything to do with it. I need to get my life under control before I can add in any type of toxic chaos, because there's enough toxic things that go on in my life behind the scenes that I don't need to talk about here. But I don't want your drama. I don't want any of that, because it's not healthy for you, and you refuse to be medicated. You refuse to get help. So I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want your issues. I want you to stay where you are with whoever you're with, and stay away from me. I may be your daughter, but I'm not your daughter. My mother is Julie. I love my mother deeply. She's the one who's raised me. She's the one who understands me compared to everyone else. She's the one that's been there for me through everything, through thick and thin, all of it. So at least to say, I have not had contact with my biological mother since I was put into foster care, but I have had contact with her family, and that's where the beginning of this series is going to go. We are going to travel to people who knew me before being put into foster care, during being put into foster care, and that whole situation, and then we are going to talk to people who have known me after, to just kind of give you an idea of how it affects a child and everything like that, because this experience that I had when I was young, as an 18-year-old female, I still struggle with. I still have issues from. So, at least to say, I think this needs to be talked about, because many people don't understand what it's like for these kids. But to give a taste of how all of this will affect that kid in the future, whether it's a kid from another state, or another country, or here in America, or wherever they're from, being taken from your family and not knowing when you will be able to see them again is something you don't come back from the same. It's something you don't come back from the same. So I'm excited to embark on this series, and we will be getting into that soon. I will give you guys all the information that you guys need about this situation that I can give to make you guys aware of this and what this was like and what it's still like, because this is going to be something that is going to be a part of me for my entire life. It's going to affect this entire situation is going to affect me for the rest of my life. No matter how hard I try to not let it, those first 5 years of someone's life largely affect the person that they are going to become, because it is their first fundamental foundation of life, and mine got disrupted, and so it's affected me. But what can I do about it? Now, I can't do anything about it. So, I'm going to use my platform here to give you guys insight, knowledge, and behind the scenes, I guess, of what this is all like, and the potential of what these kids can grow up to be, because these kids have this standard in their brain that they are going to amount to nothing because they don't have their parents, because they're thrown away as a kid, or their parents died when they were young, or anything like that. They don't feel like they can amount to anything. And so they turn to the life of crime because it's easier. They turn to this, they turn to that. And you know what? I'm here to prove to these children and these kids, just like me, that you don't have to go that path. This series is much bigger than just me and telling my story. This is about showing people in this situation that they are not alone, and that they can survive it, and not only can they survive it, but they can thrive after it. That is one of the hardest things to hear when you are in that situation. And you're gonna say, oh, it was easy for you because of this, this, and this. No, it was never easy, and it's never going to be easy. I can guarantee you that right now. Life will never be easy. As a foster kid, something that I learned that a lot of people my age don't know. Life owes you nothing. You have to work for it. And yes, that was instilled in me by my family as well, but also the fact of it is, if life owed me something, I wouldn't have been put into foster care. I wouldn't have had all these things. My life would have been, just freaking perfect, but it wasn't. And it isn't. And it is what it is. And I have to live with it. So if any of you are excited to embark on this journey with me, please let me know, because I will be continuing this either way, in a documentary style video. But I wanted to give this series an introduction. Now, this series will take me a while to edit and everything like that, so bear with me. You have been forewarned. And now you guys know. Thank you for listening. Have a good day. I love you all. Bye. Thank you for listening. Have a good day. I love you all. Bye. Next in the foster care series, so I think I'm gonna add more pieces to this series. I really wanted to show you guys how each child comes with a folder, which is really a binder. Let's get into this. The first thing that we have in here is this drawing I did of my family. I don't know what this is supposed to represent. When that Ashton was being neglected. Ashton was diagnosed with early childhood symptoms of this include: Ashton is happy to be in a home with both a mommy and a daddy where she can feel safe. She is now starting to discuss secrets that she has kept because she was told by biological mother to keep those secrets. Her fears of her biological mother being upset or hurting someone. I didn't even realize I said that to anyone. A child shouldn't have to worry whether or not. Moving on. Sorry, this is just...